Sunday, good morning. We're doing it Friday morning with Len Mayu with regards to the Greyville, Hollywood Bets Greyville meet. It's a turf track race meeting and we look forward to getting started with the bipot. And that comes up in race 2, which should run at around 20 to 1. There is an interesting comment about Solani Kartli, number 5 on the card from the Gareth Van Zyl stable. And they say, I just want to pull that up for everybody as to what the comment is. And I think it refers to going to need one outing. I'm just going to it right now. We have got betting lined up for you as well, so we'll get that pulled up too and go through the entire market. But from Gareth Van Zyl, if not too green, should not be too far off for the 5 horse. From a market perspective, let's see what is going on there. Number 9 on the board is Green Glow. And he had the 1 run to date. He's priced up at 22 to 10. He was 15 to 10, so he's drifted a little bit about the 9. 13, Cheers, is trading around 7 to 2, open 3 to 1. The 6 Pied Piper is next in. That's trading at around 7.5 to 1. Was 10 to 1 earlier, so there's a little bit of move for Pied Piper here. And then you've got number 8, T-Dog, who's trading at around 11 to 1. Is it? Yeah, 11 to 1 about. T-Dog 12s and better the balance. Morning, Lenny. You had a good one the last time we spoke to you with KwaZulu-Natal Racing, that you put your selections up. Well done on catching that pick 6. Hope we can do the same on Sunday.
Rolling now, we can't rest on our laurels.
That's okay. So what's the plan today, Len?
Clyde, first leg of the bipot. I feel there's a few runners that look to have chances here, but obviously the one that makes the most appeal is the 9 horse Green Glow. You know, he ran on well from way back on debut to finish second to this useful Buddy Boy. He looks to be pretty useful, who actually runs later on in the day. And hopefully that experience will have brought him on, and he won't be too far back this time. Then the 13, Cheers. He's trying blinkers on Sunday, and he can make further improvement after 2 decent runs. Then others that are capable of improvement are the 2 horse, Give Me the Gold, the 11, Mount Kennedy, and the 12, Light the Fire. So if Green Glow does give a bit too much start, and he's drawn a bit wide, so he may be a bit out of his ground, it could be a bit of a problem. So I've decided to cover him in the bipot. I've put in the 4 horses, 2, 9, 12 and 13, as you can see.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, so all 4 are going into the bipot. I know the King Saltilus form line where Cheers comes from. We saw that was Toucan Tango come out and won as well. And, the Green Glow form to Buddy Boy's been pretty good with Hamilton Hero and King of Victory winning. So form lines are not too bad. There's our bipot at 192 Rand. Third race, let's get on to that. It's class 4, fillies and mares over the 1600 metres. So it's a handicap, and in this particular event, no changes to report just yet on the Friday morning. But I can tell you it's open. They bet 9 to 2 the field in this race. So one of those wide open races. 2 St. Bridget, 9 to 2 joint with number 6, Spin My Angel Spin. They 9 to 2 the pair. 9 Greenhouse is trading at 5 to 1. Number 3 Miss Twinkle is at 11 to 2. 6 to 1 about number 11 Prom Queen. And then it's 7 to 1 about number 1 Queen Amina. One other to worth mentioning, number 5 My Gucci Girl is 8 to 1. 10s and better the balance. Not easy, Leonard, I would imagine. Tough.
Yes, Clyde, it does look to be a bit of an open race, but I'm hoping I haven't taken too much of a chance here. I've just gone with the 2 horses, the 2 St. Bridget, who ran on well from a poor draw when making her Greyville debut last month. And she will much prefer this 1600 metres trip on Sunday. So I expect a good run from her. Then the 3 horse, Miss Twinkle. I mean, she ran out a very easy maiden winner over the course and distance 2 weeks ago. And I think she again will be right there in the shake-up. You know, others to consider would be Sasha's Dream, Greenhouse, Blue Horizon, Spin My Angel Spin, and Queen Amina. There's quite a few others, but I've trimmed it down to the 2 of them for the bipot and place accumulator.
Okay, we're going just the 2 of them, St. Bridget and Miss Twinkle in our place accumulator, that perm on screen, 96 Rand. Staying with the class 4, pick 6 time now. Let's focus on that. Opening leg of the pick 6 was interesting running in Cognac. I mean, what do we do with him? He was impressive first time out, I thought, and wouldn't surprise us to see him, go back to back. But he does step into a handicap loaded with horses that, if you go past Cognac, I guess anything really possible. On Friday morning, Betway's got number 4 Cognac at 5-2 to win it. Number 7 Circumbendus priced up 5-1. You can get 7-1 about the 1 Lunar Luck. You can then get the 8 horse, who is Boardwalk Breeze. They've priced that up at 8-1. And then it's 10-1 and better about all of the rest of them. What are we doing with Cognac, Lenny?
Clyde, 100%. Look, he was very impressive on debut. And although he steps up against stronger opposition, he does look to be the one to beat. He could be anything. He really won in an easy manner. However, he's taking on some hard knockers here, and he's up in the weights, first time at Greyville. So until he proves himself again, I've decided to cover him with Circumbendibus, who was unlucky last time. He was interfered with close to home, and he would have got a lot closer on that occasion. And he looks to be his biggest danger. And past that, you've got a horse like Fate of Fortune, who's holding form well, only coming in with a lightweight, so must have a chance. And after that, El Dante, Magic Surprise, and then the Informed Music of Life. But I think Cognac, definitely the one to beat. But as I say, I've decided to cover him and play the safe route.
Okay, well, that's what we're doing in the pick 6. All 3 are going into the first leg. We're taking Fate of Fortune. We're adding the 4 Cognac naturally and the 7 Circumbendibus. And we're hoping on that basis that we get through the first leg of a 792 perm. Now, some smart horses running here. There's some A stakes over 1,200 metres. So we're in that division, the A division. And, the changes, nothing to report in terms of equipment changes, anything like that just yet on Friday morning. But the market has got the favourite as follows. Let me just get that up for you quickly. Number 7, Future Variety, is priced up favourite at 22-10 to win for the best day. But he's coming off a streak of wins, this guy, and is in very good form at the moment. The 6 Otaniqua is second choice at 4-1. 9 I Am Giant is 11-2. Number 5 Count of Ruin is priced up at 13-2. 8-1 about the 10 Cat's Pajamas. He's been off for a couple of months, but he's not too badly in at the weights, Cat's Pajamas. And 10-1 about number 1 African Skyline. Also like King of the Gauls, we know the 4's got ability. He's 16-1 at the moment. And King Pelez, I see they're lining him up for the Betway Summer Cup. He's at 20-1, but he's obviously likely to need it over this sort of distance. All right, Len, over to you. What's the plan in a very nice race?
Clyde, yes, it's a strong lineup in the first leg of the jackpot. Should make for an exciting finish. My first choice is the classy 4-year-old Otaniqua, who returns from a break, 3-month break. And if he's fit and well, I think he'll go close. Then Future Variety, he's in fantastic form at the moment, having reeled off 3 wins in a row, and he deserves respect, along with I Am Giant. And the 3-year-old Count of Ruin, although he takes a big step up in class here, he looks very promising, and he's been gelded, so he could make good improvement. But for me, the one that can upset the apple cart is the one, African Skyline. I know he's 7 years old and he's getting long in the tooth, but I promise you, this horse, he's a kilo better off with Future Variety on the last run for a long head. And I think he could cause an upset here. So for me, he's a good each way bet.
Okay, we'll certainly put him in the play. Thanks, Lenny. We got those horses in the jackpot. The first leg, 1, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. By 2 and 8 in the second leg. By the 6 of Banker, we're shouting home, Quick Step Gal for the Werners family and Harry Wilson. We'll try bring it home. And the last leg of the jackpot, the field. This is a progress plate now, over 1,400 metres, a good field with a couple of decent horses that are stepping out in this race, which should run at about 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. 2 Whispering Death hasn't run in a while. He's been off since the 29th of March. There is a trainer comment about him, and the De Kock team say doing well at home will need the run. So that's the comment with regards to that. In terms of the betting, despite him needing the run, he's 17-10 favourite on Friday morning. 8 On My Honour is the second choice. Oh, actually joint. I see they're now priced up joint, the pair of them. 17-10. The 3 Winter Games is priced up at 11-2. Number 7 Actor is next in at 7-1. 8-1 about number 1 Forward Motion. And 10-1 about the 5 Bristle Hercules. And then you can get 35s and better about the other 2 in the race. On My Honour, of course, comes out of the Hollywood Bets Durban July form line, Lenny. So that's going to be certainly interesting to see how that's been panning out. I think it hasn't been too bad, actually. A couple of winners directly from the Durban July, Gladiatorian, Rainbow Laura Crete. They're just a few that have come out and won, like Confederate. So that's not too bad. That's certainly in the favour of On My Honour. Now that we've heard Whispering Death might just need it.
Definitely, Clyde. Look, there are 2 class horses here. Whispering Death, he's won his last 2 races with consummate ease. And although he won't be at peak fitness, there's no substitute for class. So I'm expecting him to put up a big performance. He has also been gelded, so that may have brought him on as well. Then, of course, the other class act is On My Honour, who wasn't disgraced in the July, finishing 6 lengths off the Real Prince. And he certainly deserves utmost respect. I think it's a 2-horse race. The other horse that does have an outside chance of winning is Winter Games, because he's fit and well. So he would be the 3rd choice. But I do think one of the classy horses will win, Whispering Death or On My Honour.
Okay, there we got those 2 in terms of our play and exactors. We are also including Winter Games from an exactor perspective. But it'll be an interesting one, and we'll see how they end up come race 6. Okay, Progress Plate. Very nice race over the 1,400 metres. Conditions of the race favour also like Magical View at the ratings, ahead of Jean d'Arc, Warrior Royale and Quick Step Gal. But all the rage here is Quick Step Gal. She's priced up at 8-10 to win. She comes out of the Golden Slipper. She beat Another Dance for Me, who, as you know, came out and won. She runs now for Lawrence Werners and Harry Wilson. And they're excited about this prospect, I'm sure. Stays with Teeny Princely, of course, and 8-10 to win. There are a couple of comments on just a few others that are probably needed, but also like Lady of Distinction. Mace Roberts says, rested due to a deep-seated hoof abscess, doing well at home and hoping for a good run. And there's a trainer comment from Frank Robertson about number 7, One Path, who says, coming back from a break can run a place. Hard to beat the favourite, Len.
Yes, definitely, Clyde. She reeled off 3 wins in a row. Then she ran second to the champion filly from PE, Another Dance for Me. She's ideally distance suited, and she really looks to be a good filly and a good one in the making. So for me, she's a worthy banker. Lady of Distinction also looks to be above average, but she hasn't raced since November last year. And in all likelihood, I'm sure she will probably be in need of the run. Of the balance, you've got 2 Gs, Jean d'Arc, but they look best to the rest, but very, very hard to beat Quick Step Gal.
There's our, jackpot, the second jackpot, that you can make a note of, is a 242 perm. We're bankering Quick Step Gal, and we'll be back in a minute to talk about the Michaelmas Handicap. Let's get to this handicap, the Michaelmas Handicap over 1,900 metres, run here at Hollywood Bets Greyville on the turf, and should run at about 4:10. Let me bring you up to speed with the market on Friday morning. The favourites number 9, Go Grayston Go, at 9-2. It's that kind of race. Anything's possible. Number 4, Johnny the Thief, is priced up 11-2. 11, Pioneer Square, is priced up at 11-2. Number 2, Field Marshal, mark up 15-2 about that. Number 8, Cape Eagle, is trading at 8-1. Got a chance. 8.5-1, 17-2 about the 1, View of the World, and then 10-1 number 3, Corrupt, and 10-1 number 6, Shoot the Rapids, as well as number 7, Officer in Command, also 10-1. It's 12s and better about the balance. Yep, not an easy race, tough one. I would have thought, Leonard, anything possible. I thought that Go Grayston Go, perhaps the one to beat, but it's an open race. There's a comment on Cape Eagle I've seen from Andre Nell, just to quickly bring it to your attention. He does make reference to it very quickly and says that with regards to Cape Eagle, working well, but I would have liked a prep run. That's the latest, not without a chance in a race like this, but just perhaps short one run.
Yes, Clyde, I agree. This Michaelmas handicap has attracted a very competitive field, with most of the runners in with some chance of winning. Go Grayston Go, he was an easy winner of his last race at the course last month. And I mean, he stayed every yard of the 2,000 meters. There was a slight question mark about him staying the distance, but he's proved it that he can stay. So he's certainly the one on form to beat. Then you've got the visiting horse, Pioneer Square. He's highly consistent, and he's been in the top 3 in all eight of his runs to date. So he's obvious danger. Others for the shortlist include number 3, Corrupt, and the 4, Johnny the Thief. But for the exotics, I'm going to go for the field, and because anything is possible here. But I think that Go Grayston Go and Pioneer Square should be right there in the finish for place accumulator purposes in any event.
Okay, thanks for that. We are floating the 9 horse Go Grayston Go in this event, the 8th race, with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 11, and that trifecta will cost 90 Rand. Class 4 handicap over the 1600 metres. Note that number 5 has been taken out. That's not running. Take the blinkers off 6. Those are the changes we got Friday morning. 5-2 about number 2, Buddy Boy. He was an impressive winner. He only had 2 starts today, but his last start, he blew them away and won full of running. He may well have ability, this horse, and keep going. The horse that's in form at the moment is number 10, Turbo 20. Winner of his last 2. He's looking for the hat-trick of wins. They priced him up 4-1. 7, Canal Skater is next in, has been priced up at 11-2. Number 1, Attaboy, is priced up at 8-1. So is the 5, Mahav Princess. I beg your pardon, that's now been taken out. So there's going to be an adjustment in the market because they haven't recognised the scratching yet this morning. And the 3, Jazz Festival, was priced 8, is going to be adjusted now that Mahav is out of the race. And there'll be a mild adjustment for Buddy Boy all the same. Is this also hard to beat, Len?
Yes, certainly, Clyde. He was a runaway winner of his maiden race last time. He could have won by another 4-5 lengths if he had been ridden out. So certainly he looks to be very promising and the one to beat. However, I am expecting Turbo 20, who was equally impressive. He blew them away that last 200 meters last time. And I expect Turbo 20 to give him some serious opposition. So, only negative with him is a slightly wide draw of 10, although he comes in one spot down to 9. But if he gets a clear passage and a good run in transit, I think I'll give Buddy Boy a run for his money. So I've gone with the 2 of them, 2 and 10.
Okay, so it seems like it's a match race. Both decent horses, Buddy Boy and Turbo 20. Let's see how they go. And we're taking the exactors all the same at the back. Okay, there's a comment at the back here from one of the trainers. Let me just have a look. It's from MJ Odendaal. He talks about Villa Vicosa because he hasn't run since June. And he says will run well, the 4 Villa Vicosa in the 10th and final. So make a note of that. Let me bring up the betting on the 10th race and what were they thinking about the price. Well, 4 Villa Vicosa is 10-1, just so that you know. But they've got to beat number 1, Gotta Go Eddie, in this Class 4 handicap run over the mile. Does jump from an inside gate and is priced up at 5-2 to win it. I see now 28-10, 1 Gotta Go Eddie. 2 Kimball O'Hara is priced up 9-2, second favourite. 5 Imperial Power, they've marked that up at 11-2. Number 11 Lucky Dollar is next in at 13-2, and then it's 10-1 and better about the balance of the race. Let's talk about Gotta Go Eddie, Lenny. Won his maiden, never disgraced himself after that. He's been quite close to the form. He went to Maritzburg, but he's back at Greyville where he won, got the plum draw, and he looks like the obvious horse.
But yes, on form, he's the obvious horse, and I've used him as a floating banker in the trifecta because he is consistent and he should be right there in the finish. But I liked the look of Lucky Dollar, but he's badly drawn at 11, and he's 4.5 kilos worse off with Villa Vicosa on their last run. So I actually I agree with Matthijs Odendaal. I'm going with Villa Vicosa as a value bet, and he's at a nice price. So yes, I'm roving Gotta Go Eddie in the trifectas, but I think an each way bet on Villa Vicosa should be worth it.
Okay, so we'll certainly watch Villa Vicosa. It bumps Lucky Dollar again, but he's coming back well enough, as you heard from MJ Odendaal, and he's our value bet. We're floating the 1 Gotta Go Eddie because he looks like the right horse in terms of form, but for the trifectas we're using all of 2, 4, 5, 8 and the 11 Lucky Dollars going in there as well. Thanks everybody this Sunday for watching Betway's Waiter to Win. Hope it's been a pleasant one for you in terms of what's coming up in the course of the week. We race again at the Vaal on Tuesday, at Durbanville on Wednesday, and at Turfentine on Thursday. We'll join you then.